Welcome back, everybody. My name is Gregtech, and this is Gregtech New Horizons. So when I left off at the last video, I had finally killed the Hydra over in the Twilight Forest. I took a few weeks off after having done that, holidays, all that kind of mess. A little bit of trying to keep from burning out because I am stuck on titanium. I was going around in circles with decision paralysis again. So what I did accomplish, however, was working more with my bees. If I go ahead and pull open my quest book, I can show you guys. I have finally made it all the way down to the Imperial bees as well as the Diligent bees. And I've got them going on right here. Here's my Imperial Queen. I've got some frames in there so that I could get some royal jelly as well as the dripping combs. I've got some drones in here. They're split 50-50 between the fast worker and slower worker, and I've been trying to get it to purify into a both fast worker. Yeah, not a whole lot of luck there. It keeps the queen keeps bouncing back and forth, even though I had a couple of pure fast ones, so it was really quite obnoxious. Over here, I have my diligent queen and diligent drone. You can see they're pristine. Which one's this one? Yeah, that's my pristine one as well. There are my Majestics, which I have just going. I have some ocean bees going. And then over here, I have an ignoble diligent because I am currently trying to mix that one with my stack of cultivated drones in order to try and get the unweary bee next. Because the unweary bee is the prelude to the industrious bee, and the industrious bee has the ability to produce not these crystalline pollen clusters, but just regular pollen clusters. Otherwise, I'd have to find some place to deal with the cold bees, the wintry bees. So anyway, that is my bee setup done at this point. Of course, you guys can hear the lovebirds in the background making quite the racket this evening. Yes, I'm talking about you too. And then over here, I added into my field a set of Titania. Now, most of these Titania you can see are at 2 of 3 and cannot grow. There are 2 of them back here that I have blocks of titanium under so that I can slowly start collecting Titania in order to quadruple the ilmenite ore. One ilmenite ore with Titania leaves quadruples itself to be able to get me, I believe it's 4 rutile in a chunk. Here you can see I've got 4 of these guys that I screwed up the order I'm supposed to do stuff in. The rest of them are up in here. So I got 1, not too bad, I guess. Kind of terrible. But I have a whole bunch of ilmenite dust now that I can then take over to my EBF, and with the help of some carbon, I can get as much of that into the tiny piles of rutile and then combine it, and I'll have more titanium. So it is quite the process to get ilmenite properly. But once it's there, it's not half bad. So I don't need one of those guys in there, but if I just chuck them in, they should, yeah, pick right up and go. And that takes, not bad, 40 seconds. Not bad at all. My LHE is still going strong along with my turbine here. No efficiency issues there, and my poor 2 Everful Urns and my fading energized node there with the 4 Ignis that it needs in order to power this guy. So, with all of that done, I really haven't made much progress on the base itself, with the exception of running around underneath and putting in this quadruple aluminum cable so that I can pass around 4 amps of EV power, which means I can now go over to this power setup that's behind my LHE. So this guy right here, I could now upgrade this. Oh, it already is a high amp. So all I need to do now is just run some wires to these guys, and then these guys can then run and pass stuff along. Now, unfortunately, I took out my chips from here. So I'm going to need to get another, what is that? Another extractor for empty cells and another stock keeper for the cans of diesel. Fortunately, my diesel setup still works, even though I have most of the light fuel going to that that super tank right over there. So you can see I'm still pumping out all of that stuff. The only thing I have to do is, you know, use up some of the fuel that I've got. So I've got quite a bit still left, so all the spare that gets made from here is just going straight into the system as opposed to being pumped around and being used. So I can hook that up. I can give myself an extra amp of EV power, which will put me at not quite 2 amps. I think that's at like 1.8 or so amps of EV power, but that will definitely be useful later. So anyway, I am going to continue going on with my Titania. There you can see I've got a few more leaves now. Every 9 of those will quadruple 1 of the ilmenite, and I've started crushing it. So 1 of these guys plus 9 of those will give me 4, and then running it through the system, that'll give me 2 rutile. So every 9 Titania that I get, I'll end up eventually with 2 rutile that I can use. Oh, one thing I can do before we run off, I did get some of these advanced bags for the bees. And since I am producing the royal jelly and not the pollen clusters, I can go ahead and use those. So let's see what we get. I can only cross my fingers for something fun like an industrial apiary. That would be hilarious. How about a regular apiary? Not as hilarious, but still works. Next. 5 alveary parts and 2 marshy hives. And lastly, 4 proven frames and an alveary lighting. Not bad, not bad. So, yeah, I guess I will continue on with that. Ooh, that gave me a ding. How to be. Okay. And then it's chocolate frames and magic frames. The chocolate frames, I've got a couple right here. I wonder if those will... Yeah, that'll work. And then... yes, the soul frame. But soul frames, I haven't researched yet. Those are still in my to-do list. Okay, good. I was afraid those things were going to spill out all over the floor. Let's see. There we go. Apomancy. Not those. Where's the soul frame? Well, the soul frame's around here somewhere, but I haven't researched far enough yet. So anyway, I'm going to run along, get some more titanium made so that hopefully I can get some more Titania flowers up and running so that I can then make more titanium and work my way through that 1,000 ilmenite that I've got over there, which should be worth 2,000 titanium, which would be fantastic without having to worry about going to the moon again, or maybe progressing far enough to get raw titanium ore. So anyway, see y'all back here after a while. Alright, I am back, and I am currently in the middle of an infusion. If you notice, there's lots of water, a little bit of titanium, some bricks and some nether bricks, and that's right, I am currently making an Everful Urn. The reason for the Everful Urn is because right now I am not drawing enough water for my forestry farm. It is running out of water, and so I've got to get this guy built up. So I figured I would run what's left of, or I would run the stuff I needed in order to make this Everful Urn. There you can see the water is starting to go in. Some of the other parts have already gone in. So yeah, it's going to be a nice little setup. Yeah, that'll work very nicely. Once this is done, I'm going to go over there and set it up in place of the current, what is that, thirsty tank. And when I do that, I am going to I'm probably going to have to look at getting a different pump on it, just so that I can get everything I need off of it. And you guys can probably hear I still have this guy making all kinds of stuff. You notice down in the bottom right, Terra, Air, Ignis, Ordo, Aqua, Herba, Perdicio. Not too bad. I just let it sit over here and slowly suck away the different viz from all these other guys. They're far enough away, and there's enough of them that those guys should never disappear. I may be incorrect about that, but I believe they should always be able to recharge themselves before it draws enough out of it to cause it to fade or what have you. So yeah, it's slowly growing. I'd like to see it get up into the hundreds for each of these things. We'll see how it works out. In the meantime, I have now 8 Titania plants with titanium blocks underneath them. I went ahead and I started heavily processing my ilmenite into the rutile, and then making that with the magnesium and the chloride and the sodium and the carbon and everything else that you need in order to get this guy up and running. I made 3 more blocks, and I've got the 2 that I used for the Everful Urn plus these other 3 right there. So that is pretty worthwhile. Let me just see if I have, I doubt I have, yeah, I didn't think I had any pumps in there. And I doubt I have any in the rest of my stuff over here. I think any pumps that I had, I have made short work of by building other things that I may need. Yeah, I'm not seeing any pumps whatsoever. These guys are all my old junk. I've never gone ahead and sorted them and put them into this monstrosity over here. I guess realistically right now the only stuff I really care about keeping is all of these things right in here. The things with void upgrades on them, simply because all of those things I will make use of. There you can see I've got 90 Titania leaves. Not too bad. I can go ahead and pull out another stack -1 of those and do another set of 7, which would give me, you know, roughly 7 more titanium. So in the meantime, I need to be down, yeah, right down here, so that I can pop this guy out and put him in there. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of this water as well. And now it's full on water. It's very interesting. Sometimes this thing uses up so much water that this guy is just draining non-stop and can't keep up, and then other times it slows down enough and I don't need to draw a whole lot of water. But in any case, I am going to go ahead and let's go ahead and get these guys removed. Pop that guy out of there. Drop him in there. And then same thing with this. We'll go ahead and take that. All right, so there we go. Now I have the Everful Urn. It looks like this guy is disconnected. I need to reconnect him. Give me my wrench. And let's reconnect him. There we go. And looks like we're staying pretty well topped off with water there now. So that'll work. Having upgraded that will make sure that my farm doesn't run out of materials. And nope, that stuff is not stuck. Sorry, for a moment there I thought stuff was stuck in there. So I'm going to put stuff away back in my magic bag. I got the Everful Urn positioned. There's a thirsty tank in case I need water somewhere else, but more than likely I won't. But let's see. I can, I believe, just do this. And let's do... No, I guess I can't put in more than 1 bucket. So I guess I will hang on to these guys just until I find that I need more water somewhere, and then I can throw it in and make use of it. But in any case, the Everful Urn helping out with keeping my Titania plants going. The Titania plants going, of course, means that I have those guys now. Let's go ahead and double click off of that. So let's grab a stack, put one back. There we go, there's 63. And so I'll wait until this thing probably has 36, which is another harvest or two, like that, right there. And there we go. So with that, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I can go ahead and just stick that much in there. And we'll go ahead and get some more titanium going. With all the titanium, I'm filling up the titania plants first, and then once the titania plants are filled up, I'm going to start using titanium to start making use of more of this stuff. I'm going to need to make some more interfaces in order to start some auto crafting. So I guess we'll see you guys back here after we have some more titanium or some AE2 stuff ready. Alright, I'm back one last time. I've been working with my bees mainly. As you can see right here, I finally have an ignoble industrious queen. That thing has been providing me with a couple of pollen clusters, and I'm trying to convert an ocean bee into the industrious bee. And unfortunately, it lost its, I believe that's its humidity tolerance. It's got a up-down 1, or maybe it's just an up 1. But anyway, normally it can survive in that. But as you can see, it says it's too dry. Now, I put down an apiary over here and stuck it over here, and then it's too humid. And so, or not too humid, it's too, what's the other one? Too hot? Yeah, the temperature, it's a little too hot for it. So I'm going to need to build an acclimatizer. I'm actually, though, hoping to get kind of lucky. I got 4 more of the advanced bee loot bags, so I grabbed 4 of the royal jelly, and I figured I would give it a go and see if, for the end of this video, if we could get some, like an acclimatizer or something out of these advanced loot bags here. So let's find out. First one, a honey capsule and 64 honeydew. That's not too bad. Not great, but not bad. Some gentle frames and some tropical hives. All right. 8 more alveary and a rain shield. Ooh, that's very handy. I like the rain shield. Can go with the lighting so they can be outside in the rain and in the dark. That'd be kind of nice, actually. And then last one, we just got 64 honeycombs. So, unfortunately, that means I am going to have to take time to make some the acclimatizer. It'll take me a little while because these integrated circuit boards require 2 HV processors, as well as the enhanced circuit board, and some molten stainless steel. So that's fun. I am going to get to work on that in the next video so that I can get this guy brought up to par. But otherwise, the only other thing I really did, you guys will see here, I've got the Apiarist database. It turns out that in order to make that, you can't use the Bealyzer you've already had open. You've got to make one fresh. At least that was my experience. I couldn't stick this one in, so I had to make a brand new one, and without ever right-clicking it, drag it from the output of the carpenter to the input of the new carpenter. It seemed to not mind that. So in any case, you can see I'm slowly building up the materials I will be needing in order to complete this other quest under How to Bee, and that is this alveary task where I'm going to start getting some fine gold wire together and then waiting on the pollen clusters and the royal jelly in order to complete this task. And I might start seeing if I can get some of the rest of this stuff together. I'm going to need lots of beeswax and, of course, even more honey to make these 216 cells of honey, and then a whole bunch of impregnated sticks. That's 10 stacks plus 8. That's going to be fun. But that will get me slowly rolling along to work on the scented paneling. This one isn't too bad, 216 wood plus 7 seed oil. I can do that. That'll make the impregnated casings that then go with the scented paneling in order to make these 27 alveary, and 9 oak slabs to go on top, so that wasn't terribly difficult. So I'm going to be working on that while I am off camera. You can see here that I've got my industrial bees, and I'm just trying to get them, yeah, this is what I want to see right here. Normal, normal, slower, just because that is some pretty decent stats. Slowest doesn't matter to me as much, but right there I've already got one that can deal with that. So the question now is, do I want to move one of these guys, or I can take this apiary that I have right here and slap down some more, find another hopper, get a couple of 10 item pipes and have it run around, maybe rip out this bee house right here and put it right there. That'll be nice. So I'm going to get on that, and we will see you guys in the next video. Till then.